The idea is that the artist transcends the immediate, transcends the here and now. The artist, transcends the madness of the world and thinks outside the framework, does music and writes outside the framework that society has created. And the artist may give us beauty and laughter, passion, surprise, drama, and showing us something else, showing us what is possible.
The zombie movie enthusiast with the ooziest toothache. I used to rap, and now I'd rather just shoot straight. It's highly unlikely, but if the mood strikes me, I've been known to kick a fast flow and style quite nicely. Light speed, bumped up to ludicrous. Really, it depends on how loose my producer gets. And sometimes I think, man, I must be a lunatic whenever I reflect on how long I've been doing this without any help from outsiders. I'm downsized to keep away from fighters that'll never get the sound right. As a result, I decided to work alone, afraid that any face I lay eyes on will turn to stone and vice versa. I try to be a nice person, slice up the pie, but I just have to get mine first, and time works against me. Every year I get less friendly as I ride the bus and suck rappers and fresh bed. But you bob and weave. Sometimes people will not agree. I learned to keep a straight face and not let it bother. It's probably best that I should dumb it down a little. Keep the typical shit that makes the underground sizzle, but it's deeper than that. I mean, it's way below the limestone, a caveman frozen in the golden age time zone. I'll never get gigs with this sound, but it's fine though. I love writing songs, hate doing live shows. No demo, no logo, no press kit, no catchphrase, no promo, no slogan, no name drops, no airplay, no headshots or image, guest spots or gimmicks. Just knock on the drum box and John on the spitting. Just drums, just rap, it's a two-man show. Plug one, plug two, and it's all systems go. Yeah, if you're gonna download it anyway, I mean, there really is no reason to release it, right? Yo, ZD Mao, I wish Mom could see me now. Bonafide rhymes with my very own CD out. Creepy how the CD seemed to come out of nowhere. Only took 8 years, as long as the nose hair. Results are the fine print. What matters is how you play, but that theory doesn't apply to life nowadays. Nowadays, the only thing that matters is win or lose. Not only will my ball not bounce, it's an inner tube. I need a split and something to laugh at. I'm 5'5", a buck and a half cracker. Half commie, a bit of an ass on me. Generally polite, but have been known to act ornery. It's not that I don't love the process of writing raps, I'm just unproductive and easily sidetracked. But back to the essence, science and math lessons 1 through 6, no tricks or half step. And a lot of the other kids that decided to jump shit thought they'd make it big if they were spitting the crunk shit. And to my surprise, amazingly some did. But real heads know you're just a phony hoe. For me, it's back to the grind and into the salt mines. Unless I can make this the best intro of all time, I guess you get one chance at winning the Sundance. You close on a good note or end in a bloodbath. No demo, no logo, no press kit, no catchphrase, no promo, no slogan, no name drops, no airplay, no headshots or image, guest spots or gimmicks. Just knock on the drum box and John on the spitting. Just drums, just rap, it's a two-man show. Plug one, plug two, and it's all systems go. Okay, maybe a demo, or maybe a promo. I mean, I want somebody to hear it, but for myself, I just, burn it to a CD and give it to David. And that's, who else needs to hear it? Maybe my mom. Anyway, yeah.
I just wanted you to know what you'd be missing. You think I don't appreciate art? You think I don't understand fashion? You think I'm not hip? You think I'm pathetic? A nerd? A lard-ass fatso? You think I'm shit? Well, you're wrong. 'Cause I'm champagne. Your shit until the day you die. You, not me, will always be shit.
This is not a diss track, battle rap or braggadocio, but simply why I'm not invited to come and mingle with the locals. See, while they're hooping and hollering to get the crowd fired up, I'll have them hanging on every word with their mouth wired shut, like Castro to Westerners that want want to undo the shit, I can handle the pressure. Stay the fuck out of Cuba, bitch. Worth your weight in gold? Probably safer to be alone. They'll take a chunk for some new dumps and turn that weight into stone. You see, I'm 22 plus, and I've just recently learned that if there's someone you trust, they'll probably rob you in turn. White lies and a blackmail, they'll do what it takes, but get caught red-handed and blue in the face. Some say it's safer to stay in bed till the springs cut a groove. I say you lead with a bayonet and proceed to run them through. So if it fits the description, then I'm afraid the shoe fits. If the feet are my own, I'll have to buy some new kicks. And there's a line in the middle, so mind your side of the sandbox. And no man is an island, but damn, you shouldn't be landlocked. Lately, we've seen that you can't settle every single matter with a fist pump and a rematch. Worth 6 months in rehab, and a handshake's not binding. With an idiot who isn't in his right mind and is half-baked for the time being. So in that case, stop whining. It hurts to admit it, but this relationship's run its course. And damn, you weren't kidding. When it rains, man, it fucking pours. Murder in the first. Oh no! There's nothing worse than when a purple turn a burner on his own. Like, whoa, who knew we had it in him? One chance you give him, he'll cut a man in half, and now he has found a rhythm like we're just some 8-bit kids, all fathered by Contra. Rewrote the Konami code, and then we made it a mantra. I put my trust in a shoulder rocket and bulletproof vest. Keep some distance between me and the people who flex like weapon off safe. No time to lollygag, sleep in shifts or you'll end up in a body bag. So guard your grill and protect your neck, cause people creeping on the come up just get me back. So put a cobra in his boots and shoot him if he moves, and don't be bothered by your conscience, cause they do the same to you. Farmers with hardware does not make a militia, so sprawl out when called for and break what they give ya. Meeting new people is like a shot in the arm. It's got me sick to my stomach with the touch of the flu. He said normally that would be a cause for alarm, but that's just not at all shocking when coming from you. And if you never get married and never have kids, you can focus on how the better half lives. See, he finally left on his first run and took a nosedive. The 8th deadliest sin is fronting on a home slice. The long lost commandment that so often manages to get overlooked is to cut losses and damages early on, before it's too hard to handle it. You've been bamboozled and played like a mandolin. It hurts to admit it, but this relationship's run its course, and damn, you weren't kidding. When it rains, man, it fucking pours. Murder in the first. Oh no! There's nothing worse than when a purple turn a burner on his own. Like, whoa, who knew we had it in him? First chance you give him, he'll cut a man in half, and now he has found a rhythm like
Does your work ever get you down?
It's okay. Beats the hell out of waitressing.
You know, it's funny. Every hooker I ever speak to tells me that it beats the hell out of waitressing. Waitressing's got to be the worst fucking job in the world. It's unbelievable.
What do you say?
this fiction is light boring. If only my life story wasn't so shy, it'd probably write itself for me. Rushed into marriage like a shotgun wedding. Hey, don't stop the music yet, I'm not done venting like a would-be talent. Funny with goody balance, half-wit slapstick with grit like Woody Allen. A broom-thin groom was 2 9.5 feet of cold. Fat and wide bride puts his ass in a sleeper hole. I think about how long I've spent on the fine print, then look at old photos and wonder where the time went, then finally sign along the line at the bottom right. I'm halfway through and the end is not in sight. Headcase, Strangelove, sawed-off leg. They found the new mind boss, shot in the face. Confess and repent or face death by pile driver. Told him get bent, the story spread like a wildfire. So when the shit hits the fan blades, put on your game face. The big tip he left for the motel chambermaid. If not for the cause, then do it for namesake. Let him know you'd rather die than stay in the slave trade. Good advice, so she got a new day job as a full-time hired gun and sometimes grave robber. Lucky fucks, you small-time crooks, I bet you forgot what the salt mines look like. On this side of the fence, we all got lockjaw. No paid vacations and they pay us in rock salt. Yeah, sure, I guess we should know better. To make large and take charge and work like a go-getter. But if you didn't notice, the youth lack focus. Hard to spearhead it when most are near dead. And it's less like a myth and more like an urban legend. You have to shovel shit and dig ditches for room in heaven. So thank God for holidays and daylight savings. But you gotta do something to pay for late night cravings. So if you need a savior, hire cheap labor. I don't want your money, but you do owe me a favor. Like how much an album? At least a low estimate. They aim for your head like you was a rogue replicant. So have a safe summer and beware of the Blade Runner. And if he comes around, take cover and stay under. Low-level breadwinner, the neighborhood greenskeeper, traded in his hedge trimmers for weed and a street sweeper. Petty theft, and he vowed he would never rest. Said he'd die trying to fill up his treasure chest, or just plain retire, whichever will come first. Said he could describe in someone's life up in one word: drag. He lost his mind to a 10 gauge, a true loose cannon and a recluse head case. Wrote a suicide note, the red gone fishing. Made sure to take a few suits along with him, so keep a safe distance from those with a dormant brilliance. Treat the health well and don't ignore your children. Here to spread the gospel like a waterfront apostle. Organize quietly, then riot and get hostile. What a thought, man, that would be fantastic. But I don't believe in God, so it'd have to be black magic. Cause the young dumb studs will learn to work with them, and the hard up chicks will turn tricks with burn victims. In this dog eat shit, it's that obvious. How to pick up the pieces, we have it the foggiest.
Musical leads from a flick of my wrist to make you jump or twist, as I will say.
I'm out there, right?
You know, and I shall not remove, as I will say. You know, you got to be sleek and don't come inside here with a little fun and tricks, as I will say.
What a bunch of babies. I mean, come on, this is business, people, right? And speaking of business...
Yo, up jumped the boogie and it landed on barbed wire and shot the rocket so fast it started a bonfire. But we don't need no water, it'll eventually die out. Let's hope it keeps control but gets to spread over my house. If all 10 digits had a mind of their own, I'd set a one-night deadline and write it in stone. I need a Terran continuum like a sci-fi time warp so I can rewind and maybe finally write more. You can't even leave home, it's just like cheap cologne, as if you needed another reason to sleep alone. So here we go. Adrenaline up, couldn't have come in a better dilemma. Momentum is heading us into a brick wall, so diverted and skip the pitfalls. A minute in terms of time frame for the window to make a mark is like a century. So remember to keep the pace and stay on target. Too much idle time brings down vital signs, so treat it like a title fight and throw him some dynamite. A third-year student with a thirst for the music, a producer in his room but still his major's not clear. He doesn't seem to see that soon he'll give up on the beats and he'll be sleeping in the streets or waiting tables in a year. I'm not opposed to the notion of those who don't move in turbo. I'd snowboard a showboat in front of people in slow-mo, so you can pick up the pace or stay the course with the others. But this your captain is taking his crew to uncharted waters. Serious? Fuck yeah, about to have a heart attack. We circled the planet and now we're back where we started at, while your ship just sank. I'm not saying you're not trying, but there's more in this verse than you could write in a lifetime. Jumpstart the up rock from carriage to coffin. Some time between was wasted, but not very often. And part-time work and rap is all peace, but mark my words, the boat needs both feet. Every Seinfeld cameo's got his own sitcom that he won't have in another 6 months. So do what you gotta do, just so long it gets done. And don't go easy on the sauce, cause you only live once. Every hand in the studio moving those knobs couldn't go gold, so he got a real job. The band is not his poppy, so the record deal's off. They own the rights to every record, so he really feels robbed. And when a fan gets to thinking that he can do some big things, what started as an inkling is now his life's work. Unless he fucking sucks, then his CD doesn't drop, and he's done before the month ends and couldn't write a word. Even the waiter with the hand towels probably in a band now, hoping they can stand out like planets in the Hubble. When the record labels don't show, they'll print it with their own dough. Eventually they'll go broke and back to working doubles.
Fuck you jive motherfucker!
Condolences! The bomb's lost!
sir. I'll tell you where. They're all laughing. Laughing at you. Laughing at the big, bad asshole.
Am I wrong?
No, you're not wrong.
Am I wrong?
You're not wrong, Walter. You're just an asshole.
Now get out of my sight, you fuck.
I wish this was a diss track, battle rap a braggadocio. A brief moment out of the pulpit so we could bullshit with the vocals. Like pissing off of the soapbox, the force upon the robots. The old stuff we scored before we became grown-ups. When rap of the past started to snap on the future, he answered him back and said, laugh and I'll shoot ya. And this means war, well he should learn to relax more. And what happened to the days when you could settle it on a half court, or better yet, a half pipe. If not, then we can rap fight. When all is well, we split a L and chill under the black light. But he had to get violent. I mean, what happened to beef rap? Instead of served at a battle, I heard he shattered his kneecaps. And this time, not lyrically, it appeared to be quite literal. No more footwork, and now his life's miserable. Just top rock and pop lock, that kid is a sunken ship. They reworked the routine and took out the Russian kick. So if he moves a finger, put a hole in the gunslinger, or find ourselves caught in a hell of a humdinger. And even though they're almost two peas in a pod, he broke both his elbows to even the odd. I try to bury the hatchet, go on and move past it. Then I put on an old song and that shit is so classic. Like one take, one track, dope voice and a sick styling. I just hope it comes back like B-boys in the mid-90s with this bird brain wordplay that became a showstopper. On throwback old rap with flows that's so proper. But like bohemian hip-hop slowly became played out, I'm expecting the same for underground any day now. I've accepted the fact that I will never go platinum. I can settle for metal, wood, ghetto gold, or plastic. You can aim for the limelight or become a crime fighter, but either way you slice it, some gold fronts shine brighter. Solo and lonely, then oh well and ho-hum. I'd be a lone gun if it wasn't for those drums. Yeah, I'm broke bank, but no thanks, I'll pass. I tried to do the crew thing once and styles clashed. And are the days of fast rap at breakneck speed gone? Too bad, cause that's the shit my tape deck feeds on. So let's give thanks to the cold crush think tank who came somewhere between R&B and the Big Bang. That shit was fine-tuned, or it seemed to be somewhat, but first you had to find the right frequency. Numb nuts got addicted to rare wax, so best not tempt me. I'll blow all the dough and leave the bread box empty. The future was so bright, we had to wear lokes. An army of lowlifes with hair that would scare folks. Freaks and black sheep, the bastard sons. And now take a look at what rap's become. Headcase, Strangelove, sawed-off leg. The rise and fall of all of them is caught on tape. And it's much too polished, tweaked till overkill. And if you can speak, then you exceed their motives. I guess the East and the West did meet in the middle, and they decided some time ago they'd agree to be civil. You see, these days it's either mean mugging or tree hugging. Does the future seem bleak, or is it just me bugging? Yeah, bugging. You like that head nod? Played out around the same time as dreadlocks. Lo and behold, man, I lost my first love. They stolen the live show and I had heard enough.
To make them recognize that they are being hypocritical in every phase of their lives. He uses words as weapons to hit people over the head with.
You don't believe in science, and you also don't believe that political systems work, and you don't believe in God, huh?
Right.
So then, what do you believe in?
Sex and death.
Have no value. Whole life, it's nihilism, it's cynicism, it's sarcasm and orgasm.
Remember, the Lord loves a working man.
Lord loves a working man.
And son, don't never ever trust Whitey.
Just a talk show host that went mental in the second round. They never found the body, but his shotty sure was locked and loaded. Even though he didn't blow him to pieces, he just ran him through rehab and eventually re-released them into the wild. A born-again tumor case, man, I wouldn't doubt it. And even if we seem to get the gist of it way late, we're too dug in to say fuck it and vacate. So how about it? Based on the worst case, man, I wouldn't doubt it. Creed, best believe it. Dream, I don't need it. The Powerlunch bunch is working for the weekend. A teenage romance in the summer of love. Now it's a dead end. Everything swept under the rug. I felt like jumping for joy into a lake with a cannonball. And by Friday, I really needed to take a sabbatical. Searching for clarity, I returned to my birthplace. But big city living hit it worse than an earthquake. Instead of walking on sunshine, I'm crossing a high wire above a zombie colony surrounding a tire fire. Backtrack further, hit up the lineage. Man, my parents can clarify why I feel like an idiot. Explain my conception in detail. Shock treatment, exactly what I need to put an end to this long weekend. I like to think I'm more in sync than any of these half-wits. I finally figured out what really matters. And there's no doubt about it, it's the myth of fingerprints. Came to terms with convention and shit's been different ever since. Well, how about it? Based on the worst case, man, I wouldn't doubt it. And even if we seem to get the gist of it way late, we're too dug in to say fuck it and vacate. So how about it? Based on the worst case, man, I wouldn't doubt it. Creed, best believe it. Dream, I don't need it. The Powerlunch bunch is working for the weekend. Eyes wide open, it was way too late. And by the time he focused them, he had made the mistake. He fell to his death, and before your 10th Bloody Mary, some other greedy fuck made off with what he could carry. You see, here in the modern world, we bury our dead, unlike the savages hanging them from marionettes. Big up the Western Hemisphere where shit up creep, and it's just way too late for us to pick up the pieces.
Hold it, Chazzy. Hold it right there.
What are you doing? You're on my team.
There are no teams.
Hickey, holy hell's bells. He shouted out a rebel yell. It didn't do much, but you could tell that he meant well. Tried to confront him, but he could barely get a word in. Well, you want my advice? Learn to be more assertive. And that night, we saw his face on the evening news. Broke the dude's back, now he eats through a feeding tube. So you gotta make sure not to take him too lightly. Look the other way and the dude might knife me. Yeah, true, it's highly unlikely, but face away from him and the snake might bite me. And the deadliest snakes, they have the friendliest handshakes. Too many records ruined due to envious bandmates. So who they cap fit, let the douchebag have it. Even if it means you have to use black magic, or better yet, a heater. For me, I choose neither. I prefer to use poison and let it leak through the speakers.
Someone must do something.
Damn, you weren't kidding. When it rains, man, it fucking cold. The ain't deadliest sin is frontin' on a home slice. Man, you don't know me. Don't tell me to lighten up. I think I know my own dad, man, and damn it, I'm white enough. Maybe I'm crazy, but it's kept me alive this long. The last you'd expect will be first to write a diss song. Look now, don't make me out to be the bad guy. I'm just sick of the talking and swatting at the gadflies. All just vultures and magpies, swinging so wide I gave myself a black eye. So keep your comrades close, but tell them you're dead broke. Cause even your best friends will stick you for ends low, and that's no joke. Your enemies tenfold, pretend to mean well, then put a shell through your headphone. If you live by the sword, you should die in the psych ward. I hope I go slowly, being hung by the mic cord. Guns blazing, filthy and unshaven. Not really the type, I mean, no offense, but yeah, none taken. And rule number one for the featherweight champ is no matter how close, don't ever shake hands. Rule 2, fabricate a well-laid plan, and nothing's more impressive than a self-made man. Follow those rules and be en route to the rich and famous. Slip off track and that shit is a train wreck. Stay high-strung, react when the time comes, or get knifed in the back and have to lie down and die young.
that's
That is humanity.
always have a top thing.
Very good, King.
Jobs in carbuncle.
Come to.
Which are the purple and the black.
From the Temple of Doom to the Man on the Moon, we went through the same shit to sample a loop that capture the mood and happen to prove that half of the youth is after the truth. All the red rebels afraid of the backlash, sleep with the peace, atropine in a gas mask. It's good be evil with the fantasy feel, and if it happens in fables, then why can't it be real? Where angels are asexual and demons are goat-like, and when their swords clash, man, it looks like a strobe light. The young come hungry, aim for the Walking Dead with mean theme music provided by Talking Heads, Naughty Dread. That went to rockin' dunce caps, blunt to gun smoke and hollow to hunchback. The militant left, the radical warmonger from stoner to door gunner. But how was your summer? Tear gas, stun guns, shields and sticks versus Molotovs, rocks and the will to win. How about a little less protest and a lot more action? Even one cop in your town, you're slack. Half man, half machine in cell block D. Leader of the rebels just will not speak, and if he isn't set free or doesn't make parole, we'll split the warden wide open for a day in the hole. Cause it's an eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth. They tore him limb from limb and he just couldn't reboot. So now the cyborg ward is officially hijacked. Expect a lot of dentures and double the eye patches. And now the Indie Kid Syndicate has been made into big business. They market an artist and make him bigger than Sid Vicious. The big league is peaking, we can never compete. So I'll lead and you follow, my next record is free. 911, another brick in a pawn shop. He was aiming for the bank, but he missed by a launch shot. Let the second-hand boom boxes spill in the streets and fire up a riot if you're feeling the beats. Televised and live via satellite, the webcam broadcast blast the battle cry. The war hymn now sounds more like a pop hit, the more than the death on the floor of the cockpit. Televised, the fight for the free world was fought by the likes of white teen girls. Some will bear arms and some will just bear witness. Some will just laugh, but they're actually scared shitless. I asked an evangelist just how he made it rich. He said hell in a handbasket is calculated risk, and on his deathbed he thought he heard the Savior himself. It's too bad he can't return the favor in hell. He'd take a bullet for Adam and Eve, but not in the face. If God is really up above, he must be lost in space. And that's about half of the practice in my church. Learning how to flow so fluid your mind hurts. Well, goddamn, how much weight can a nail carry? That's 10 Our Fathers and 10 Hail Marys. Alright, Our Father, fuck it, why bother? Hold my own sermon, turn wine into fire water. And what you're feeling is felt in the early stages of pregnancy. You should break up your door because you're safer at home. And all the men that were man enough to marry a call girl were knighted in London and made saints in Rome. If you declare it, you fight it and take some arrows to the helmet. If defeated, you die with them and your number gets retired. Cause Arabian Nights are like Arabian days, and that no matter how you slice it, it's a dangerous place. A couple of hackers were tried, but got acquitted. Thought the world's a safer place when we're not in it. So they set a few nukes loose at 8-second intervals, and the clock reads 10:10. So let's get digital. When the president's broke but owed millions in favors. When the league will admit Pete Rose should be in the majors. When the very last TV evangelist quits, I'll announce to the city that the candle is lit. Televised and live via satellite, the webcam broadcast blast the battle cry. The war hymn now sounds more like a pop hit, the more than the death on the floor of the cockpit. Televised, the fight for the free world was fought by the likes of white teen girls. Some will bear arms and some will just bear witness. Some will just laugh, but they're actually scared shitless. Televised and live via satellite, the webcam broadcast blast the battle cry. The war hymn now sounds more like a pop hit. They'd rather cut class, grab ass, and lock lips. And swap spit. And talk shit. And call it quits.
Don't deal with violence. I don't steal, cheat. You see it? No matter what the weak heart say. And I know that I is like a tree that planted by the river of water. And not even the dog that piss against the wall of Powerlunch shall escape this judgment. For I know what? I know that all of you shall witness the day that Powerlunch shall fall.
I'm not just talking about one person, I'm talking about everybody. I'm talking about more. I'm talking about content.
darkest of dungeon masters' cold loads. It's the sickest, most twisted intent that he can phone home. And the swing set's vacant, maybe safer for all involved. Ironically, he'd need to hear the savior to call him off. When the hand that rocks the cradle's not as stable as head spins, God's is not as gracious, or he may just be spread thin. Just when you thought your kid was safer, went indoors. Underhooks, another backbreaker. I can't begin to count the crowd around an ambulance response, and the number must be close to those that gathered at the cross. And when an amputee whose head disputes and can't compute that half of him is missing, when he sleeps he still believes and feels the phantom. The horror stories of coroners, photo portraits of old morgues, and morbid reports of just what gets left on his cold floor. But a lady never tells, so the course it was good timing, and I for one predict a big return in foot binding. Headcase, Strangelove, sawed off leg. The two-headed baby gets brought on stage. Was the world a safer place during Reagan's America? Nope, the public was better in terms of staying in character. Just us was left of the people, their shadows burn into asphalt. Some come from neighboring cities to trace their shadows with chalk. These DVDs of the Holocaust are just too hot for TV. It sits itself on the shelf next to Apocalypse 3. Don't dog the documentarians that have since then decided they'll film and filter the footage of the atomic bomb survivors. Both know those networks in New York and LA are waiting to air it. Who knew you couldn't compare us to what the ratings can carry? What comes in 50-gallon drums and found in carpets when rolled out? What's at the bottom of lakes that can fascinate a whole town? What's missing pieces and has really seen the seasons up close? What's been through hell and back and knows it's really fucking cut throat? So know the creak in the dark and what goes bump in the night won't be the creep in the park, but could be someone you might know. So stay suspicious of greens keepers and heavier deep sleepers. Consider stuffing pillows with pistols or meat cleavers. It's a haunting Catholicism, a godly macabre. See, it's angelic and ominous, but oddly it's not. It's killer instincts at work, it's primal violence indeed, and it was given at birth, but still though I don't agree. So count your blessings and bodies and hope the quotas are met. And if you do meet with a bullet, don't let it go to your head. And when it's time for engaging and up at stake is life or limb, I would hide in the carcasses and be quiet if I were him. We shoot to maim in this army and only fire when need be, so those to blame for this body can dig its grave and be leaving. And the truth can be brutal but makes for more of a story. It's done here daily, and baby, it isn't gruesome, it's glorious. All just chainsaws and sawed-offs and people deep in the lake, so they should stay at the bottom and keep the secrets at bay. So count your blessings and bodies and hope the quotas are met. And if you do meet with a bullet, don't let it go to your head. Out the nest, wide-eyed in the big city, I managed to not panic, but it naturally did hit me. A brand new sewing circle that seemed to wear the crown, believed in their gospel as they proceeded to tear him down. Of being a grown-up, it's an American heritage in a one-room studio with no one to share it with. And who said the movement was only for midlife? We used them as blueprints, developed the kid's side. From happy to apathy, put a halt to the somersaults, and had them in therapy by the time they were young adults. Recall an event, or remember who you were with, and there's nothing to recollect, cause you didn't do shit. It's not always free shows, cheap stoves, and a dope DJ. Can be though if you know that it goes three ways. One, a minute a month, you're living it just like the movies. We sit in the front and giving it up, it just cuts right through. Then two, it didn't compute, try to apply it like an appendage, but it couldn't get through the hoops, it wasn't approved and went rejected. And three, nada, took a dive in round 6, so the natural response is we ain't found shit. Some look for a corner office, some search for inner peace, some seem content to watch us, some swarm like killer bees. One theory says it's out there, one says elaborate hoax, some say they've had encounters. I tend to laugh at both. If the candle is out, the people will sleep through famine and drought, fatigue and disease. They're down for the count, so leave them in peace. With hand over mouth, you read them and weep.
My mind is clear now. My mind is clear now. My mind is clear now. My mind is clear now.
A local prophet who often is overshadowed by Nostradamus, predicted a village lived in by ghosts and goblins, and it seems on point. The similarities quite frightening. I tried to analyze them, then it hit me like white light. And it's scary though now, we seem to reach an agreement, and the merry-go-round will only run on the weekends. You see, the stereo sound can only drown them out so much. We barely go now, but I'll be glad when they close up. Buses and trains are like beacons of hope, filled with shit-town kids that wanna be on the coast, and who could blame them? With nothing to run away from, it's easy to leave, and even Jesus couldn't save them.